right? He refused to share. Who? Me? Ashwin, bro. Ashwin, do share master. I think the okay. Yeah. So Shankara, so the thing is, all the course is basically on GitHub. Like if you are looking for that, I don't know what the Notion thing is, but if you're looking for the master material, it's there in GitHub. The entire course is on GitHub. All right, all right, all right. Let's start with the class. Right. So how's airdrop module one? Sorry, like so yesterday the thing is nearby there was some kind of an accident that took out our power line and our network connection. So that's why I got cut off in between. So I hope everything is sorted. No more such freak things. But yeah. So how's the whole airdrop module one? How is it treating you guys? Good, bad, ugly? Not good. Not good. Okay. What about the rest? We'll. How about we do a quick speed run through it? How many of you are up for it? We'll just do a quick speed run through the whole process. Deployed. Nice, nice, nice. Should we do a quick speed run? Like I'll show you how, each of the step, but a speed run. Oh, okay. Yes. Brain fried. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Ashwin and Sneha ma'am gave a good explanation. So that's nice. So just a quick speed run so that we are up to, let's see how fast we can do it, right? So let me just share my screen. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Yes. There we go. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. So yeah, so setting up your hard hat, any issues there? Like just tell me if there is any issues, like hard hat and VS Code, any issues there? No, cool. So I'll just copy paste this whole thing and cloning the GitHub repo. Okay, I cloned the whole GitHub repo and let me just show you. Yeah, so this is the GitHub repo. I'll just open it with my VS Code. And VS Code is also done, right? Any problems, any issues there? I'll just close this one. And we'll just start with VS Code. Okay. Right? Any issues with VS Code setup? Any of those things? Anybody facing like this is a speed run? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So yeah, once you have both of these set up, all you have to do is just copy this command, right? And just paste it here. So this will automatically install all these things like broiler code, a .env, a hard hat, and everything, right? We'll just completely like this code. It will automatically set up the whole structure for you. No issues there. So this, it might take some time. My internet is working fine today. I don't know for how long, but it is. So yeah, awesome, awesome. And yeah, so once you have that, I think it is reflected in the, yeah, there you go. So you have this .env file and we have to enter the private key, right? To enter the private key, I have already loaded my MetaMask. You can see that it has like 9 Q tokens. So just go to the account details. Again, please don't do anything with this. I just have 9 Q tokens, which I'll give you if you ask nicely. I'm just showing this. You are not supposed to show the private key on a live session, but since it's you guys and you guys are building a DAO around me, I trust you guys. So yeah. So the private key is set. What next? What next? What next? Yeah. So this is rough. Any problems here? I mean, this is pretty the basic stuff, right? Any issues there? Any questions? Any issues there? Oh wow, my chat. Okay, cool. All right. So let's start with screen is not visible. Is there an issue? Okay, cool. Let me just reshare it if there is an issue. Hold on. Okay. It's visible. Okay, cool. So the next thing is, yeah, if you want Q tokens, like I said, the community is always there. Just post your, account address in the chat, and the community is always there. We'll give you Q tokens and stuff. So no issues. I think Jetson also have. Yeah, we have. Yeah. So we'll just. So the next step, as you know, is to actually build our, QRC20 token. Like this is the whole step. I'll just since you guys, this is a speed run. I'll just use the whole code first. So this is the code. Just go to your contracts, QRC20 sold. I'll just paste it here. Very basic stuff. Like we discussed yesterday, we have some
Sidhu, you're on mute. I think we were not able to hear you since last 15 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, any issues here now? Is it fine?
Yeah, now you're audible and visible.
Yeah. So what I was saying is like there are like when I see a lot of like once you guys are facing all these errors in the Discord, what I usually see is there are these red lines, right? See, these are something like you can see source not found. So this is something that is put up by VS Code. Okay. Not this red lines are usually given by VS Code to show that it cannot find the file. It doesn't mean that there is an error in the contract. Just if you see these red squiggly lines, just run the code and make sure that your code is fine. It usually means that VS Code cannot find the import files and everything. Okay, it doesn't mean that there is any error in your code. So just be wary of it. Don't think that it is an error because it shows these squiggly lines, right? So yeah, once that is done, yeah. So we have the whole thing, and now we have to deploy it, right? Now, in order to deploy, we need a deploy script. So the entire code to the deploy script is also here. I think so. Here you just have to go to the scripts part, airdrop one, deploy token. Right, it's pretty standard. Right, we have this is what is this? This is the name of the token. This is the symbol. We have 18 decimals. We don't like the contract URI. It's not set now, and the resource. Now this can be anything. Right? It can be any resource attached to your token. It can be a whole file describing what your token does and the link to that file or the name or whatever, right? And the total supply. And we are taking, like once we compile the contract, we'll have everything in the artifacts folder. So this code just basically gets all those details from that artifacts folder and we'll just deploy, right? We'll just deploy the contract and we'll wait for deployment and get the address. Right. So in order to do that, all you have to do is, yeah, use this. And yeah. So any doubts with the QRC20 part? So this is similar to how we discussed in the first class where we used a normal variable updation for tokens. So instead of that, with this QRC20, we have our own tokens, right? We are building our own tokens for our DAO, right? Yeah, you can see that it is deploying QRC20. Yeah, this is some warnings like provided in the source file. Okay. This video. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that the QRC20 token is deployed. Any doubts so far, like any issues that you are facing with deploying the QRC20 token? Anybody? Now, once you have the QRC20 token, you have to just save it in your .env file. So here, I'll just pick this. So HH, okay, that is something from the hard hat side. HH20, okay, HH, yeah, I'll look into that. Let me look into that. Yeah. You created the thread. Yes. So this is, I think it has to do with the hard hat version or something, because HH means like that hard hat internal error. So yeah, what about the rest? Any issues till deploying the token? Any questions? Any issues? No? Yes? Let's do a DAO voting, guys. No. All right. Yeah. So we are good to go. And yeah, what's the next one? Building DAO using the DAO factory. Okay. So the thing is, instead of writing the whole DAO by yourself, you have something called as the Q DAO factory, right? This is the whole thing, right? So we can create a DAO here, and we can use our Q token that we created, or the QRC20 token that we have created, right? So this is how we do it. And yeah, what's the name? Just so that Sneha madam can actually take more courses for you, we'll just name it Sneha DAO for now, right? Happy, Sneha? Yeah, Sneha DAO.
Yeah, I am
Purpose of
happy.
DAO is
Sneha DAO. Yes. Okay.
Sneha fan club, right? Sneha ma'am fan club, right? So yeah, you have this. Yeah, Sneha DAO, exactly. So just and yeah, the one thing is you have to make sure that so I have already connected to my Q testnet, and my contract is already, sorry, my account is already linked. But sometimes when you open it, it will switch, like it will be in the mainnet. Just switch it to testnet. Okay, just switch it to testnet and it's fine. So next, yeah. So what do we have to give here? So it is asking, should we use an existing ERC20 token? So since we have a token that we created, what we can do is we can just take the address, paste it here. Yes. And the thing is, this tick verifies that this token has all the functionalities required. Okay. If we give some other token addresses or something that doesn't have all the functionality required, it will show an error. Okay. So this means that our token is also good. Next, we can just do a bit of customization. External panel. So what is the name? So here you can see, we can actually provide external panel names and something. So any particular name, or should we just go for we'll go Build Week OGs, right? Support the fan club, right? So we are just adding an expert panel here, like so the idea is we'll be assigning these people with special roles for the DAO, right? So we'll just add one, and next, we don't need particular representatives for now. Next, yeah. So as you can see, there's an option like this, representatives, and this is for veto power. So what is the whole concept of veto power? Any idea on what veto power is? What is the whole idea behind veto power? I give Tirumala or Shankara veto power. Yeah. So what exactly is that? Yes, exactly. Meaning, so exactly, final decision in case of, yes. So this person can turn the outcome, like a single person, or if somebody has the veto power, that means he has that power to upturn the result, right? If he doesn't like it, he can dismiss it or approve it or whatever. So we don't want that, right? Our DAO is a cool DAO, so we'll not give any veto powers. So next, and yeah, again, this is basically the same thing. Yes. And here, so I want to customize, and we'll say that our OG members can have that higher power. general members, and we'll just next. And we don't need a treasury, right? For now, I think we are just sticking with you know, a simple DAO. So we don't want a treasury now. And yeah, and after that, next, yeah, this is also like, you know, so this is also based on the constitution, which we don't have yet, but we can add it later on. Okay. If you want, we can add it later on, but now we'll just stick to this. So this is our DAO. Sneha DAO is basically Sneha Ma'am's fan club. And, you know, we big OGs are the expert panel here. And yeah, we have all the cool stuff. And we'll just submit it and regular deploy. Any issues still here? Anybody facing any issues still here? And we just have to confirm a couple of messages. Confirm. So this might take a while. So all these are different transactions. Okay, general DAO contract deployment, you know, yeah. So all these are different transactions, and that's why you know, they are asking me to confirm it, right? And this costs a bit. Like I think I had around 9 tokens, but after this, it will be considerably reduced. So yeah, any questions or doubts till this part? Like, we have some time to spare because, you know, these things are being confirmed. Any questions or doubts? No? Yes? And you can see the DAO registry address, right? So we need this address. We'll copy this. It depends. Depends. Do we need it? Again, it's configurable. It depends. Actually, that's one way to put it. We are just, so in this case, we are just showing you, if you want an expert panel, you can add it. Yeah, it is optional. Yeah, we added it, you know, like in the customization part, right? We added it so that we can show you that there is such an option. Right, there is like, if you are building a DAO, yeah, okay. So we'll just go to the dashboard. This is my DAO dashboard. And one thing that we have to do is we you know, once everything is done, we have to get that DAO registry address. Wallet for QRC20. Yeah, I'll show you how. So yeah, we need the DAO registry address. So there are two ways. Even if you accidentally close this part, I think there was voting for, there was yeah. So even if you accidentally close the window, there is a parameters, like in the dashboard, there is this thing called parameters, which shows you know, sorry, I don't know why those things are still loading to me. These things. Oh wow, you mean these transactions? So Tushar, you mean like these transactions are still loading? Oh wow, that might be because some there might be issues with the connectivity. Okay, so yeah, just look into it. Maybe refresh. Maybe try with another you know, node or something. Like, there are multiple nodes out there, like, that you can connect. Like, just change your in your network settings. Just change that node thing. Have you accepted? Can you elaborate? Accepted in MetaMask meaning? So yeah, can you just elaborate on that vein? So yeah, what I was showing you guys is like, there is that parameter option, and here also you can get the whole DAO registry address. Just copy it. It's the same thing. C29, right? So just copy it. Yeah, I did. So it popped up in the other window. Like, I have 2 monitors. It popped up in the other window. Yeah, I just confirmed it. So yeah, I have the DAO registry address. Yeah, I got it. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. So yeah, that's what I said. Like that confirmation box, it popped up in the other window and it showed that acceptance and stuff. Like I use 2 monitors, so it popped up in the other monitor. All right, so we have a DAO. So we have the DAO deployed. So anybody facing issues here, rather than the loading thing, which I think might be a network issue of some kind. Any issues still here? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. So Tushar, okay. So just check if your Metaschool, just go to your MetaMask account and see if there is any confirmation messages that are pending. Oh, okay. I've completely gone out of context. Sorry about that. Yes. The thing is, there might be a situation where you might not have seen that confirmation message. So just check whether it is there. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that, Wayne. I was completely out of context here. Yeah. Thanks for that, Wayne. I mean, that's something that can happen. Yes. The thing is, you might see a blue one here. You might see like that blue confirmation, like a small box with a one here, saying that you need to confirm a message. So just check for that. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's why, like, we only this will only turn green when you click that confirmation. Yeah. So that's there. All right, so now we have to create the airdrop one module. So what is this whole airdrop one thing? What is the whole idea behind creating an airdrop module? Send rewards, yeah. So it adds additional functionality to your DAOs, right? You can do like send funds, maybe reward the people in your DAO and stuff like that. So I think you guys also created an airdrop like airdrop one module. Like the contract is already created and you guys were actually deploying it, right? So let's just so the contract, the whole code is here. So it's a pretty basic code. So you just have to paste it. I think we discussed this yesterday. Yeah, airdrop one sold. Yeah, so it's a pretty straightforward contract. It has this whitelisted thing. What is Merkle whitelisted? What is the whole idea there? Any idea? What does whitelisting mean? Or let's just put it this way. What does it mean when we say that somebody is blacklisted? Or what banned? Yeah. So what is whitelisting? Yeah, blacklisted means they are banned. Yes, exactly. That means they are selected, right? So we have a module to check whether somebody is whitelisted based on their Merkle tree proof. So what exactly is a yeah? So what exactly is a Merkle tree? Yeah, selecting chosen, exactly. So what exactly is a Merkle tree? Yesterday we explained it, right? Just like how we have that whole library mechanism where we use that like that small piece of paper or index inside the computer to check whether a book is there without actually revealing the whole book. You can use hash to form something called a Merkle tree, right? And using the hashes, you can actually verify whether a piece of data is already part of it. So in this case, what we are doing is we have tons of addresses, right? In a DAO, we might have 200, 300 members or even more. So what we are doing is instead of storing all these addresses in an array and just looping through that array to check whether somebody is in the DAO, we'll just create a Merkle tree out of it, right? And using that Merkle tree, we can verify whether one person is a part of a DAO or not, or one person is selected for an airdrop or not, right? So that's why we use the Merkle whitelisted module that we that we import from the the queue. I think this is directly from the queue of people, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and then we have a couple of events like reward claimed when somebody. So we are basically creating a contract for giving out the rewards. So when somebody claims a reward, we can say, okay, this person has claimed it, and we just provide the Merkle root and the address, right, proving that this person is part of the whole thing. we give the Merkle root to prove that, okay, this person, you can verify whether this account is part of this Merkle tree. And we also have an event for airdrop created. So whenever we create an airdrop, right? I think we have some OGs here who knows how to hunt airdrops. Okay, so this event, like you can actually plan something where you actually listen for these events from a contract to check whether an airdrop is created, right? And we have the reward token. So which is our reward token here? What is the name of our reward token? So in the DAO that we are building, what is the name of our reward token? We created a token, right? Yeah, what is the name of it? Q, is it Q? Meta, right? We have the token called Meta, right? Q is the token of the blockchain, and we have created a token called Meta, right? So yeah, and we have this this mapping called is user claim. What is this? Is user claim. What is this mapping? What does it do? Quickly tell me, what does this mapping do? Yes, it checks whether yes. What it does is so this mapping, it checks whether somebody has claimed a particular airdrop. Okay, if a user has claimed a particular airdrop, right, there we can create multiple airdrops. So we have to make sure that if a user claimed one airdrop, we need a way to track it, right? This is how we do it. So is user claimed means that this person has claimed for this particular airdrop. This can be the ID and stuff, right? You can see that this is the Merkle root for the airdrop, and that is what we are giving as the ID for that airdrop. So the airdrop with this particular Merkle root, we are checking whether a user has claimed that airdrop. Do you guys understand? Any questions? So the Merkle tree hash or the root hash is basically used as the ID for a particular airdrop. Okay, instead of airdrop 1, 2, 3, we are using the Merkle hash or Merkle root as the ID for that airdrop. And we basically, with this, we basically check that if an address has claimed that airdrop. You know, just to keep tabs on it. Like we can't claim an airdrop multiple times, right? So this is how we keep track of it. Any questions there? Any questions, doubts? John, Getson, Wayne, anybody? Yeah, I hope it's okay. Cool. Right. So we have another function called create airdrop, right? Where we say which is the token address, what is the token amount that we are giving, the Merkle root of all the addresses that are available or that are whitelisted for this particular the root address, like the Merkle root of all the addresses that is whitelisted for this particular airdrop, and all those things, right? And then we have a function for claiming the reward, which again takes the account address and the Merkle proof. So this Merkle proof proves that this account is part of the whitelisted people. Okay, so I can't just go ahead and claim an airdrop. What I have to do is I have to provide a proof saying that I am one of the whitelisted people. Okay, meaning I can claim that reward. So once you give that to this function, it will check the Merkle root. It will check whether we have claimed that airdrop, and it will basically transfer the fund. And this is a function for setting the Merkle root for each airdrop. Okay, so this is the basic function for airdrop. So we have a way to check if somebody is part of a whitelist, and based on that we can create airdrops, and we can also let the users claim those airdrops if they have the correct proof to prove that they are part of that whitelist. Right? It's like getting into a club. Right? These functions are basically the bouncers. You have to prove that you have an invite for the club in order to get in. That is what is happening here. Okay, you need to prove that you can claim the tokens or you can claim the reward. And in order to prove that, you need to come with your Merkle proof. Right? And using the reward token and the Merkle root, meaning the list of all the people who are whitelisted, or the root of all the people who are whitelisted, you can create an airdrop. And this Merkle root will be the ID of that airdrop. Any questions here? So that is how it works. It's just like how you invite, let's say you are conducting a private party. First, what you will do is you will create a list of all the people who are invited. And so that is basically the Merkle route. Okay. And when somebody comes in, they have to bring a proof saying that they are part of the list. Right? That is the Merkle proof. The ID that you bring in to prove that you are part of the club, that is basically the Merkle proof. Okay. And once you prove that, then you can claim the reward. Right? But you can't. So the thing is, you can only come for one event once. Right? That is what this whole mapping is checking. Making sure that, okay, you have attended this event. Let's say somebody uses a fake ID. Somebody tries to get in via a fake ID. So we can check whether, okay, this person is already here using this mapping, or this person has already attended the event or claimed the reward. No more rewards for this person or no more entry. That is basically the logic here. It's just like having a private party. Okay. So yeah, that is there. So let's just deploy this. Okay. I think this is where, and in order to deploy this, we are going to use a bit of code. I think this is where you are at, right? You guys wrote the code. Am I right? Deploy, yeah. Yes. So this is pretty basic stuff. So we have to give the contract address. So this is the token address. Like we have to, okay, since it's an airdrop, we have to give what token that we are giving away, right? So we will just copy this and we'll just paste it here. And okay, so we have the total supply, the name and everything, right? We have given, oh, wait. Oh, sorry, it's here actually. Yeah, let me just close this. Okay, yeah. So we have given the QRC20 token address, and we are just fetching that contract. Like since it is already here, like you can look at the contracts, like this detail. We are fetching these details and attaching the contract address. Meaning, we using this variable now we can interact with the token contract. Okay, we got all the details like the API and the contract address. So now using this variable, since we are attaching the contract address to all these details in the artifacts folder, we can now interact. This variable can now interact. And this is basically the list of people invited for the party. Okay, you can see that we are giving the addresses and stuff. Right? So this is the list of people that we create for our party. Right? And based on this list, we will create a Merkle route. Okay, does anybody want to be a part of this list? Let me just add my address first. Yeah, just paste your addresses and we'll see. So this is how, like, this is how you create a private, like if you are having a particular party, this is how you do it, right? So this is my address. If anybody, I have slot for one more. If anybody wants, okay, yeah, I have my two friends now. It's Wayne and Tirumala. Right? So yeah, so this is, so now you have the list of people who are invited for the party or who is whitelisted. Okay, these addresses are whitelisted, and based on these addresses, we will have. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Oh, I thought it was Tirumala's. Sorry, people, it's like for first three people. Okay, since John also did this, maybe we can also give it to John. Right, so now we created the list of guests for the party, right, or the whitelisted members. Now, using these functions, what we are doing is we are converting this into a buffer. Like, what is this algorithm? What is this algorithm? Any idea? Yes, it's an encryption hash. And do you know any popular protocol that uses this hashing algorithm? Like Bitcoin uses SHA-256, if I'm not wrong. Do you know which protocol uses this algorithm? Yes, exactly. Yeah. So Ethereum uses this hashing algorithm. Right. Yes, Tushar. Ethereum uses this algorithm. Okay, and you can see that we are creating the Merkle root and sorry, the Merkle tree, and we are getting the root, and we are just setting everything up. Like as you said, like think of it like you are trying to plan a party and you are preparing the guest list. Right. That is what we are doing. We are whitelisting the people and creating a a Merkle tree so that we can verify the participants easily. Okay, and we get the airdrop one contract, like we have the contract since we haven't compiled it, but once we compile it, we'll have it here. So we are getting that detail, and filling up all the requirements for that particular, we are deploying it. Like you can see that we are deploying the airdrop contract, waiting for deployment, meaning we are making sure that that contract is deployed. And once we have that create airdrop, meaning we will be creating a QRC 20 token address, like our meta token airdrop with this amount, and with these people will get that, or these people will claim that. All the people I have added here can claim that. Okay, so and we are just get the address, yeah, and we are minting the token. So this token will be minted to my address first, I guess. Yeah, using the get address. Yeah. Right. So yeah, let's see how this works. I'll show you. So this is the deployment script. Any questions or doubts here? We think of it like a party. You are planning a party for a select few. So you have to get the addresses of the people. You have to create a way to verify them, and then you can just kickstart the party by building the airdrop and stuff. Any questions here? Any doubts or questions here? Yeah, so this, yeah, you can do that. So it looks hectic because, it looks a lot of work because we are doing it manually. But you can also create a nice front end for this, right? Where you can add these addresses easily. Or there can be other ways. This looks a lot of work. This looks like a lot of work because we are doing it manually. But there are ways where you can actually ask people, or there are ways to do this much more easily. Right now, since you guys are learning, we have to do it manually. Okay, so let's try and run this. Let's see what happens. Do you guys understand the whole idea? You are preparing for a very exclusive airdrop. You need to make sure that you select a few people who can claim the airdrop. For that, you get their addresses, create a Merkle tree, and set up that whole Merkle root so that you can verify that whenever somebody comes and claims an airdrop, you can actually verify it, right? And based on that, you are deploying the contract with that root. Okay, you are saying that, okay, for this airdrop, these are the people who are invited. That Merkle root is like the guest list. You're saying that, okay, these are the people who are invited. So if anybody comes in, just verify it using that Merkle root. Okay, yeah, there you go. We'll also save this address just in case. See, if you get any these kind of addresses, okay, just save it in your file. Okay, env file. It's easy to find it. Yeah, it's. I think Berlin is the most stable, I guess. That's why Ashwin sir added it. So yeah, you can try it with other ones. I don't think there will be a problem. I thought somebody was using Paris or something. I saw an error regarding that. But yeah, for this one we are sticking with Berlin. Okay, so all right, yeah. So I think our airdrop is done. Yeah, so we have copied the contract address. So that is how you deploy it, right? Now let's see how we can claim that token. Okay. So for claiming also, we have to create another script. So as you can see, so we have the airdrop module or airdrop contract set where we can create an airdrop, and we can based on, I think we have added a couple of list of people who can actually claim that airdrop. Now we are going to write the code for claiming that. Okay, so we'll just copy this, or I'll just copy the whole code and explain the whole thing. Yeah, okay. I'll explain the whole thing. Okay, you can just read through it, but I'll just explain the whole thing. So scripts, yeah. All right. So yes, it looks big, but it's simple. It's quite easy. So these are the basic things that we need, like hard hat, the hashing algorithm, Merkle tree, web3.js for connecting, and FS, which is for handling the files. So yeah, there you go. The first thing that we need is in order to claim, we need to know where that airdrop is, or where is our airdrop contract, right? So we'll just give that address. We have saved it in our .env file. So we'll just copy this. Wait. We'll just. Okay. Okay, and just like how we did with the other contracts, like the QRC20 contract, we are getting the details now. You can see that there will be, yeah, the airdrop event thing is already in the artifacts folder. So we are getting those details, attaching it to our address, and now using this contract, we can call the functions in this airdrop contract. Okay, and this, any idea on what this does? Accounts.ethos.getSignup. Any idea on what this does? See, this is for getting the private key. Like signers means the people who, yes, not the address, but the signer's key. So what this does is it will go to our hardhat.config.js. And here you have given some accounts, right? It will, and in this account, so this basically returns the private key that we have stored in our .env file. Okay, so what this code does is, it will go to our hardhat.config file. It will get the list of private keys that are stored. Like for this, I just stored my private key. Like in .env, I just have my private key, right? So here it just has my private key here. So what this code does is it will get that private key and it will get that address from this. Okay, so this gets, so what I'm doing is this. So when I'm claiming, it will be claimed to my account. Okay, this whole thing will be claimed to my account, right? Because I have provided my private key in the .env file, right? So, and what happens is, just to see that representation, what we have done is the Merkle tree, right? The guest list. We have created a JSON file out of that, and so when we run the script, we can see the whole Merkle tree in a JSON tree.json file. I'll show you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. You can see that this whole thing will be here. Okay. I don't know why it showed up now. I think it's already part of it. I will be like, we can delete it and we'll just recreate it with this. Okay. So just to show you how that Merkle tree works, we'll have a JSON file that contains all the addresses and the root and everything. Okay. And we will also have a console.log that shows the thing. And we are getting the proof, right? So for each address, we need a Merkle proof, right? You know that when you are going to an exclusive party, you need to bring in the invite, right? This Merkle proof is basically your invite. So for each address, they will give you a proof that you can show in order to prove that you are part of the whitelist. Okay. So then what we are doing is we are claiming. So you have the proof, you have set the addresses, you have connected to the contract that takes care of the airdrop. So now we have to claim it. In order to claim it, what we do is we just set a flag saying is claimed, meaning if this flag is true, that means we have already claimed the airdrop. Okay. And from these things, what we are doing is we are getting each of the proof and we are checking whether the address that we are using, you see. Okay. So the claim address here is basically my account address. Okay. This is the claim address, because I have provided my private key here. So I'll just show you. Okay, so this claim address, since it's my private key, they are getting from this get signers thing. It will be my MetaMask account. Okay, so here what it is doing is it is checking whether like it takes the proof, like it takes my Merkle proof and check if I'm whitelisted. Using the contract, it checks if my address is whitelisted based on the proof that I'm providing. Okay, and if I am whitelisted, then I can claim the reward. You can see claim. So this I can claim the reward, and I'm calling this function using my address and my Merkle proof. Okay, and it will be free. If there is no issues, I will get the reward. Okay, so it is pretty easy. I need the proof. Okay, we connected with the airdrop contract. Now I using my account private key, I get my account address and I get the proof that I need, like the Merkle proof that I need. And using that proof and my address, I am trying to claim my reward. Okay, so that is what is happening right now, right? That is what is happening. So let's just see if it works. Yeah. This is the complete code. Yeah. Any questions with the code? Let's just run this. If there is any errors, we'll try to sort it. But yeah. See, this entire thing that I'm explaining, it is there in the course. Okay. Tree.json. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's not a right copy. Just create it. So the thing is, I think this is an overwrite actually. So don't delete the file. You can delete the content of the file, but don't delete that file as a whole. Okay. Yeah, it's like you can. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not getting. Okay. Yeah, the claim is there. I think the issue is I got a bit too. Yeah, let me just restore that. Yeah, but the claim address is there. Yeah, let me just get this. I'm so sorry. I thought it was a read function. Okay. Just give me a second. Hope this works. Yeah, I think the issue was like it's not able to parse that data because it's not. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me just try and restore it. I might have been a bit too. Uh, yeah, the issue here is that I deleted that. So you can just get it from the GitHub repo if you want. Yeah, okay. Deploy script. Yeah. Sorry. Deploy, but yeah. So I think I might have to rerun that whole uh, deploy script. Yeah. I thought it was something that came with, yeah, a bit of a mistake from my part. Sorry about that. I thought that whole JSON tree.json came with the Git repo. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So it is there. I thought it was actually from a previous one. Sorry. So yeah, don't delete it. That was a mistake from my part. Sorry about that. Just change the airdrop address. Yeah, and you're good. Yeah, and clear. Let's see. There you go. So don't delete that JSON tree.json. I thought it was something that was created as a cache or something. Okay. I didn't see it creating. So that was actually created during that deploy script itself. Sorry about that. All right. So, okay, we have claimed. So that's you can see that this is the address, right? 00ED. That is the claimed address for airdrop, and this is the claim address. So you can see that is basically my MetaMask address, like 00ED. Now, how can I see the tokens here? Yeah. It's fine. The thing is, in order to get that tree.json, you just have to rerun that deploy script. Okay, like deploy airdrop one script. And once you do that, that tree.json will be generated. I thought that it was based on some cache, like when I was trying out the whole course. Sorry about that. So yeah, don't delete it. Just run the claim after that. Okay, I thought we can just rebuild it. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see that the claim address, right? The one that I showed you, like the console.log thing. So that is actually our own address, like the MetaMask address. And the question is, so it says that our claim, like our address claimed the airdrop, but where is the token? How can I get the token? See, to get the token, what you guys, to see the token in our account, what you have to do is, yes, import the token, exactly. So yes, to see that in our MetaMask account, what you have to do is you have the QRC20 token here, right? Just copy this address. Okay, just copy this address, go to this import token, paste the address here, add the symbol. Yeah, it will automatically be filled. And click next. And you can see that I have 20 meta tokens now. Okay, I have 20 meta tokens in my account, which I just claimed from the airdrop. Any questions or doubts here? So the whole process is, it's just like how you set up an exclusive party for your friends. Okay, you have the airdrop module, and within that airdrop module, we can give a list of people who can claim the airdrop using the Merkle tree. Yeah, you can try. Yeah, I'll give you this code base. I think Wayne, since you have the address, you can try this. I'll share this after the code. Okay. So yeah, the tree.json, I'll share that after the code. Maybe you can try with that. Right. So yeah, so the idea is you have created the airdrop module. It's like setting up a private party. You have a guest list, right? And here, instead of guest list, we have a list of addresses. And using that addresses, we create a Merkle root, which helps us to verify whether a person is part of that list or not. And each of us, when we are setting up a party, we will give an invite to everybody, right? Every one of our friends, and say that in order to get into the party, you have to bring that invite. So just like that, we will give all these addresses a Merkle proof that they have to submit in order to get the claim. Okay, so that is what just happened. Okay, claim address. So the claim address meaning the airdrop, this one. I think I've already shared this. The claim address, this one is basically my address. This is my address, my MetaMask address. So this basically says that claimed airdrop for address this. Okay, now if I try and rerun, what will happen? Okay, what will happen if I try to claim this again? Shall we just check it out? What will happen if I try to claim this token again? I already have the claim, so what? Yeah, let's see. No error. Yeah. So in case you are getting these errors, that's why I wanted to show. There you go. There you go. So in case you are getting this error, that means you have already claimed the reward, not award, reward. Right? So any questions till now regarding the deployment or claiming or any of these things? So there is a quiz. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to brag, but you guys can also try out the quiz, and I'll give you a minute so that you guys just process all these things and try out the quiz and just put the results in the chat. So I think even for this module, like during the claim thing, you got 4 out of 5. Nice. So here also you have a quick little, you have to provide the screenshot of claim deployment. Okay, so next is the quiz. I'll give you a minute. Like again, I don't need to brag, but it just takes 55 seconds. So I'll give you a minute, complete the quiz and put the score there. Quickly, it's let's see how many of we get. Completed already. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yes, let's just complete quickly complete the quiz and let's see. No, I'm not bragging in any way, I'm just showing off. Anyway, quickly do the quiz.
You clearly are bragging.
I'll just keep the screen on for some time, just for the fun of it.
No, you tell me this. How many other email IDs have you used to attempt this course and then come for this one? Tell me that.
I don't think that is relevant in any way, right? I mean, that's not relevant in any way. I don't see why you have to bring that up. I know. Maybe we don't even have to bring up the fact that we have backend access to this. But anyway, right. So yeah, complete the quiz. Every question takes 30 seconds. The thing is, you can finish it. Like if you know the material well enough, you can quickly complete it in 55 seconds. It takes a bit of practice, but you can. Anyway, those who completed, just put your scores there. All right, no scores. I think, yeah, Manav got 4 out of 5. That's nice. 4, nice. 4, yes, nice. So which question is like you guys have an issue? Should I? Oh, okay, that's fine. So once you complete it, just put the scores, maybe a screenshot like this in the Discord chat. Maybe I should share this, right? I mean, 7th rank is something. Anyway, let's just move on. All right. Yeah, the creator also fails this. I mean, Ashwin, like if you need any help, just ask Ashwin. He created the quiz. So that's fine, right? Okay. Right. So we are done with module, airdrop V1 module. Any questions? Any doubts? You understood the whole mechanism, right? Think of it like setting up a private party for your friends. That's it. Right? Any questions or doubts? Shall we move to the next part? So the next part is about an even more technically. Yes, exactly. Oh, wow. I can't see your rank. Oh, what? Okay, now you are basically showing off. Like Manish, you are showing off. We don't appreciate this. I mean, it's clearly showing off. 4th rank and all. I mean, I get it. But yeah, anyway, good one. Okay, I was just kidding. Like this is super cool. See, it takes only 47 seconds. Like I took 55 and Manish, completed the quiz in like 47 seconds. So it is possible. It's a bit of a show off, but it is possible. So yeah. But anyway, so back to the lesson. So the thing is, with airdrop 1 module, we had that basic functionalities, right? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I think it's the completion that matters. It's not like who has which rank, or which how many seconds it takes. I think it's the completion that matters. Yeah, we have another little one from Gain. Congratulations. You also got 5 out of 5. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's get to module 2, airdrop module 2. So this is just like airdrop module 1, but we are adding a bit more advanced features to it. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we are trying to completely democratize the whole process, right? In the other one, we can actually add functions like, in the airdrop one, when we are just deploying it to DAO, we can do a lot of customizations on our own, right? We can run campaigns, we can do all these kinds of things on our own. But for the airdrop 2 module, the thing is, the entire thing or the entire process or the functionalities, all the functions, everything will be controlled by the DAO, right? Nothing will be left to an individual. I cannot run a campaign on my own, or I cannot do an airdrop on my own. It has to come from, or it has to be from the DAO's voting. Okay, so that is the major thing that we need, or that is the major thing that is difference with airdrop 1 and airdrop 2. Think of airdrop 2 is as a more advanced version, where you have a complete voting power and everything, right? So let's see what is happening. Okay. So before this, I think we already have a file here. So if you go to this, it talks about a file in the link. Right? Yeah, this one. So I think this file is already there. So this is actually a default file that we use for this airdrop campaigns using the second module. Okay. So, and then we, just like how we did with the first one, we have to create an airdrop V2, right? Remember that we created an airdrop V1 for the first, like we created an airdrop V1 contract, right? So just like that, we will create an airdrop V2. So I'll just copy the whole code and explain. Airdrop V2. Yeah. So you have V1, just like how we did this, we'll have an airdrop V2. Okay. So this comes with a pretty, advanced set of functionalities. So I don't know what is happening. Okay. So as you can see, there are like now the initializable. So these things helps you handle the initializations. Now, what do you mean by initialization? Usually, what is the function that you use for initializing? Like in a contract, what is the usual function that you use for initializing variables? Constructor, right? Yeah. So this module from OpenZeppelin, it helps with all that. Okay, handling, like since we are using or inheriting a lot of these constructors and stuff, you can use this initializable module. And we have something called IDAO resource. So which is an interface. What is an interface again? Interface is sort of like a map. So I have my contract, it wants to interact with another contract. So it needs to know what are the functionalities there, right? So this interface provides a map of sorts that tells you what are the functions there, what are the parameters it uses. The interface never goes in detail about the function. It just provides the name, the parameters, and the return time. That's it. Okay. And so this, what it does is it helps with enabling the veto power and stuff like that for your DAO. Okay. And we have the A campaign airdrop. So this is something. So with this module, we can run parallel airdrop campaigns. Meaning, I can say, like, I think the explanation is given here. Yeah. So yeah, it helps you manage. Like we did a campaign earlier, right? In the airdrop V1, I just showed you how to run an airdrop and claim the reward. So this module basically helps you manage all that. Like if you want to have multiple airdrops parallelly, let's say one for Asian users, or let's say one for a particular set of users, or some kind of different campaigns. Okay, so those things can be managed using this Asian airdrop. What am I saying? A campaign airdrop. Okay, and so we are importing all that. And yeah, and then we are just this is basically inheriting all that to airdrop v2. Okay, and just like the previous one, we have a resource variable. Here we can give a, if you if you can actually put up a white paper in like IPFS and store the link here as a resource, no issues. Here we are just giving a constant string, but you can do such things also, where you can provide the resource to a DAO, which explains all about the DAO, and the link to that resource here. Here we are just sticking with a simple string, okay, and the voting contract. So we need, okay, so we can also have a voting contract that manages the whole voting things in the DAO. I told you that with the airdrop v2, we will be giving complete control over to the DAO, right? So everything will happen via the DAO. So we can have a voting contract, and we can actually provide the address of that voting contract here. You can see this, right? And there is a modifier. So what does this do? Can you guys quickly tell me? What does this function do? Any idea? See, this modifier makes sure that only the voting contract gets to call a function in this. Yes, this checks if the person who is trying to call, I think this is called in which function? Let me see. Yeah, you can see that create campaign. So this means that this function can only be called by the voting contract. Okay, when you attach this modifier to a function, it checks if the voting contract is the address that is calling that function. Meaning I cannot create a campaign. I, as an individual member of the DAO, cannot create it. Only the voting contract can create a campaign. Okay, do you guys understand? So that is what I said, like we are creating a more advanced version where everything should pass through a vote. Okay, I cannot go ahead and create a campaign, as you can see. Right? In order to create a campaign, it requires the voting contract to call it. Meaning we should have the right amount of votes for the voting contract, and then it will call the campaign, create campaign function. Create a airdrop campaign to create an airdrop campaign. Do you guys understand the logic here? Any questions or doubts? Anything. So we are completely giving all the control or all the functionality to the voting. Everything will go via vote. No single person can initiate any kind of functionality within our DAO now. Okay. Any questions now? Like the entire explanation is here. I'm just trying to help you understand the logic. Okay. And we have one function for initializing the voting contract address. You can see that, right? And just like the other one, we also have and in the create campaign, we have just like the previous, like airdrop one module, the reward token, reward amount, and all those, we have similar things, right? Reward token, Merkle root, all these three things. And we can also additionally put a start and end time. Meaning I just want to run an airdrop campaign for, let's say, 1 week. So I can provide the start time and the end time. So based on all this, it will create a campaign. Any questions here? And just like the other one, I can also claim reward, right? A campaign ID. I just have to provide the campaign ID, the account address, and the Merkle proof. In the airdrop one, it was just, since we are only running one campaign or one airdrop campaign, we just needed, in order to claim the reward, we just needed the account ID and the Merkle proof. Here, using this whole module, like campaign airdrop module, we can run multiple airdrop campaigns. So that's why when we are claiming the reward, we have to specify what is the ID of the campaign, then the account and the Merkle proof, and we can claim the reward. And here is another one for checking the permission. Okay. So this makes sure, this is, as the name suggests, this makes sure that we have the permission, like this address has the permission, and the get resource, which is to share the resource, like this data that we store here. So that is the basic airdrop module 2 contract. Any questions here? So we are creating a more advanced version where like here, what we are doing is the only functionality that we allow is create a campaign, right? And that has to come via a voting contract, meaning I cannot start a campaign as an individual. The DAO has to approve the campaign, and then the voting contract will start the campaign. Okay, it's not like the airdrop V1 thing where we start the create the airdrop using a function. We can't do that with airdrop V2. Okay, that is the major difference here. Everything has to happen via a democratic voting process. Any questions? Any doubts? Any questions? Please ping in the chat if you have any questions. Yes, no, good so far. Okay, what about the rest? Is John is, I know that John understands everything. All good. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. So that is our contract is set. So our module is set. Let's see what is happening. Yeah, this is the contract. Like the entire thing is here. Okay, like you can just go through this whole thing and it will explain what I just told you. I just give you an overview of the logic, but the step by step here is step by step details are here. Thanks to Ashwin. Shout out to Ashwin. So if you have any doubts, please ask Ashwin. So anyway, you have the whole thing here. Now let's deploy this. Okay, just like the other contract where we wrote a script for deploying the V1 contract, we have to do something similar. Okay, so I'll just paste the entire code and you understand. Yeah. Don't do this. I'm doing this because I'm just explaining the logic. Since you guys are completing the chapter, go through all this, understand what is happening, and then write the code. Okay. Let's deploy. Okay. So we are deploying the module just like the previous one. So it is basically straightforward, right? Using these things, what does this do? Like once we compile the whole airdrop V2, let me see. So this will compile npx hard compile. It will just compile the contracts there. I don't know how many contracts are there. I don't know if my computer will get stuck. Oh, wow. Oh, 2 contracts. Oh, I think, yeah, rest of them are already compiled, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you see this, right? The airdrop V2 module. So, this basically takes in all the details from this folder and deploys the contract. It waits for deployment and gets me the address. Straightforward deployment script. Okay, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy here. Just, I compile the contract, get the details of the contract, deploy the contract, wait for the confirmation, and show you guys the address, right? So that is all that is happening here. Yeah, the thing is, okay. So, yeah, so before you run the whole script, you have to make sure that you have the DAO registry address in your .env file. I think we have already stored it. Yeah, DAO registry address and the QRC20 token address. So these should be here because I think the script. Okay. Okay, so fine. Yeah, so this is there, and yeah, you just have to make sure that your DAO registry address is here and your QRC20 token address is here. Okay, in your .env file, and just run the whole thing. Let's see if there is any error. Any doubts so far? Okay, yes. So it's a basic deployment script. Okay, take the compiled details. There you go. Take the compiled details, put it onto the chain. Okay, and yeah, I think we are good so far. Copy this. Yeah, and I think we have to store it using that modules variable. Yeah, just copy this, paste it in your .env file, and just take this at least. And paste it. Okay, there you go. The module implementation, right? So we have our, so this step, we just created an airdrop 2 module and deployed it. Any questions so far? Now, the thing is, in order to actually put it onto the DAO, what is the error? Coxie, if you have any error, just what is the error? Just put it in the Discord, and I think since Neha and Ashwin is there, they will actually look into it. Just submit that error in Discord, okay? So yeah, so the thing is, if the I mean, if you are following through, I guess there won't be much errors because it's pretty straightforward. It's a simple script and it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, but if you have any errors, just put it in the Discord, and the team is there, right? So yeah. All right. So once we deploy that, now the thing is, we need a voting. We need to create a voting situation. So what is this? Any idea? See, I told you that with this module, we are adding a lot of voting power, or giving a lot of voting power to our DAO. So what we are doing is, we are actually like, we are creating 2 voting situations, meaning we are asking the DAO to add the module that we created, like the airdrop V2 module, to the registry, and for managing the module by voting. Right? Yeah, create a proposal. So we have the module ready, right? We just deployed the module. Okay, we just deployed the airdrop V2 module. Now we need to create a vote and ask the DAO whether we can include it in the DAO registry, and manage that module by voting. So we need to create these proposals to control the function of this module. Okay, so again, so for this, yeah, this launching 2 new proposals. So these proposals basically does all this. Okay. So before you do that, you have to add a couple of things in your .env file. The first is this one. Yeah, so just copy this, add it to your .env file. And this thing, right? This part right here, you can find it in your, I think I showed you. Like, go to this parameters thing. And yeah, I forgot the name. Your general voting DAO. Okay. General voting DAO. You see this, right? So just copy this address. Okay, the general voting DAO token holder address. Okay, so that is the first thing. Then there is another one. So this is basically the same thing. So you just need to copy this thing. So we need to save it as another address too. So just copy this thing and change the name. It is also the same parameter. Okay. Just change the name. Okay. So yeah, these two, and it's basically the same address. Okay. And then we have to store the name of the module, which is in here, which is the airdrop 2 module. And what else? The DAO registry. Yeah, the DAO registry. All right, and 10%. We'll see what this whole 10% is. Okay. Okay. Now we have to create a voting situation. So again, it is a lot of code. I'll just copy paste the whole code and explain the code. All right, let me just copy the code. So create voting.js, just go to this file. Again, don't paste this like this because I'm just giving you the like whole logic here. So that's why I'm just doing this. So here again, we have two functions. Like we are importing all the things that we just stored in our .env file. Okay, we are just importing all that. Then apart from that, we have some encoded data, like some stuff from hard hat and our Q module and .env, right? For getting from that .env file. And we have a function for creating a voting situation, meaning this is how we are saying that, okay, we have a proposal. Okay, we have a proposal and this is what it looks like. You can have a name, you can have a voting period. What is this? Voting period 300. What does this mean? Any idea? What is this voting period? Time, exactly. And what is 300? 300 seconds, exactly. Meaning around 5 minutes, right? We can change it if you want. I could say 120, no issues. But yeah, yeah, we'll just stick to like based on what you want to give. Veto period similarly. And there is this required quorum thing. What is this? Any idea on what these three things are? And the proposal execution time period, which means in 1,000 seconds, it is the time period for that proposal execution. Any idea on what this is? The quorum thing, required majority and stuff. Any idea? Yeah. So this 10% exactly. So you need the 10% of total supply. Okay. The total amount of votes that so the thing is you know that we are putting in tokens when we are voting, right? So that should be around 10%. Exactly, the number to pass. Exactly, that's the whole 10% thing. Okay, that's the majority, that's the veto, that's the quorum. Okay, and yeah, a couple of other details. Voting type with a 0 target. I think these are some I think we'll get to all those things. And yeah, so the thing is, okay, we have the voting situation set. Now let's vote. Okay, we want to deploy the voting proposals. So first we want to so since a member should propose this, we need to get the private key of that member who is proposing this. So this will get my private key that I have stored here. Okay, from the hardhat.json file, it will get this private key. So I am the member who is proposing the proposing the vote. And there is another contract called general vote. I think it is already, yeah. So this helps with managing the voting situation. Okay, managing the vote and all. So we are just calling that contract. As you can see, we are just calling that contract. And we are attaching a couple of like voting contract address and all the addresses that we have given given in the .env file. Meaning we are initializing all these data to our the contract that manages the whole voting. Okay, and yeah, and then we are basically creating the voting situation. This is basically creating the like we are creating two voting situations. So one is for the DAO registry, like I think it is already mentioned here. Yeah. Two proposals, one for adding the module to the DAO registry and one for managing the voting. So this part of the code, it is basically creating those two voting situations. One for the DAO registry, one for handling the module. Okay. And this using this, so the thing is, Ethereum doesn't understand or Q doesn't understand English, right? So we have to encode the data in order to store it. Like this is it's not about understanding; it's about like storing data in a more compatible format. Okay, we are just encoding the proposals and we are creating the proposals, right? We are just creating the proposals using the main DAO contract and voting contract. That is what is happening here. So it's pretty simple. Build voting situations, create those voting like campaigns for DAO registry situation and module vote situation, and then just create a proposal out of it. Okay, this code might look big, but the whole idea is we are just creating two proposals for two functionalities. Okay, so that is what this whole create voting script creates, right? You have a function for creating the voting, building the voting situation, and you have a function for actually setting up the whole campaign for it, like voting campaign. Now, how this looks, we'll see, but this is the whole idea. Okay, this is the whole idea of the script. So now what you have to do is yeah, we have the complete code. So once you have that, let's just run. Yeah. So before we the thing is now we are creating the voting situation, right? Now it's just us. We are just the only member here. So we need to vote. Okay. And in order to vote, we need to actually have some tokens with us. Right. So before you vote, what you have to do is you just have to go to the DAO token supply, click on this, click on mint token. Okay. And just mint some tokens. Right. So it has a total token of 1 billion. So I'll just mint 1,000 tokens. Like that is the total supply. Okay. 1 billion is like the total supply. Spending, I don't know why it's spending. Oh. So any, okay, let's confirm. All right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we have like 5K tokens. Yeah. So the first thing that you have to do is in order to like the thing is I am the participant here, right? This is my account. So in order to vote in this DAO, so before we actually set up the whole voting situation and everything, we need to make sure that we have some tokens using which we can vote. Okay, that's what I did here. So I just went here and I just mint 1,000 tokens. Okay. So yeah, that is the first step. And then what? Paste your account, yeah. And yeah, we have like 1,000 tokens. It basically takes you through the whole process. Okay. Now, once you have that 1,000 tokens, what you have to do is you have to claim some voting power. Now you have the tokens with you. Now you have to claim some voting power. Yeah, sorry. So in order to claim that voting power, what you have to do is you have to stake some tokens. Okay, you have to stake some tokens showing that, okay, you have the tokens or you have the number of tokens. So now you can vote. So I'll just take my 1,000 tokens here. So what I'm doing is I need to mint some tokens. And once I get the tokens, I have to stake it in the DAO to make sure that I get that whole voting power. Okay, just because I hold on to a token doesn't mean I get to vote. I need to stake it. Okay, I need to deposit it. Yeah, it's confirmed. Close. And yeah. So I think you can just refresh this and you'll see the voting power. Oh, okay. Oh, I think so. Okay, this the problem is that here, as you can see, I'm not getting any voting power, right? So any idea on why? Yeah, any idea on why that is? See, the thing is, with the tokens that I have staked, I am not getting that 10% majority. Okay, I think it is mentioned here. Yeah, update it. Please, if the voting power doesn't increase after, it is important to have a good voting power. Without it, you won't be able to vote the proposal. So you need to stake enough tokens to get that voting power. Okay, so you just have to repeat the whole process again. I'll just get another 1,000 tokens. So what happens is you need to mint and you need to deposit enough tokens to get to that voting power. Yeah, you have to run it twice. Yeah, that's the thing. So you need to stake enough to show that power. Okay. I don't know why, but usually 1,000 works. So any doubts till now? Any questions or doubts? 60. 20, yeah. Yeah, the deposit part, yeah, that's the thing. You need to deposit it twice because you need to show that, you know, you need to have that voting power set. Once this is updated, that means you can vote. So any doubts till now? Any questions or doubts? So we have a DAO. We need the tokens to vote. Okay. Cool. Ah, there you go. Once I deposited, I get that 1K meta vote. Voting power is there, right? So the thing is, based on the DAO, this is not how easily it usually works. Okay, this is because we are controlling the whole thing. It looks so easy, but it is not that easy. But what we are doing is we are getting the tokens and we are staking it in the DAO just enough to get us the voting power. Okay, and once this is updated, that means we can vote. Okay, so yeah, now we have the power to vote. So now we can finally run our voting proposals. Because once we run our voting proposals and we don't have the power to vote, it doesn't make any sense, right? So first make sure that you have the tokens and you have the power to vote, then run the script. Okay, the entire process is explained here. So don't worry. Otherwise, it will be like going for an election without an ID card. Right? Going for an election without with an invalid ID card. There you go. So you have the proposals, right? You have the proposals created. So once you have the proposals, you can just go. Yeah, the whole step is there. I'll show you how this works. Yeah, once you have this, you can just go to the governance part and you will see 2 proposals here, right? And you can see the voting ends in 4 minutes. So we'll just go here. Vote. Yes. Submit. So we are voting yes for this proposal. Again, the MetaMask. Can you see the MetaMask popping up? So, I think like sometimes you can't actually see this thing popping up. Like I'm actually confirming the MetaMask thing here. Can you guys see that? If I'm sharing the window, I think it might be not visible. Ah, okay. So I just confirmed. So I just voted for the DAO, like the first proposal, adding DAO registry situation. Then just go back. All right, that's nice. And I'll just vote for the second one. Vote. Yes. All right. So what is happening is that I have a DAO. I want to create a few proposals for the DAO. So before I start putting up the proposals, I need to make sure that I have the power to vote. So I went to the DAO, minted some tokens. I got some tokens in my account and I deposited in the DAO to get that voting power. Okay. Now, if you look at it, I have the voting power, meaning I can vote in the DAO. Okay. And using that voting power, I have submitted 2 proposals. I voted on that proposal. Now, since there is only one member, which is me, this will get approved, right? But usually in a DAO, it will take a lot of time. It won't be a 5-minute campaign. Okay, there will be extensive campaigns and stuff, right? So yeah. So any doubts so far? Any questions or doubts so far? Only one proposal. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I think we can just move forward. Just remind me when it in 3 minutes. Okay. So yeah, so we have the voting. We'll set up the. There is another part that we have to set up. We'll set up that and then just come back to our proposals. Okay. So yeah, our proposals after this can so we can execute these things once we actually this time runs out. Like after 3 minutes, this campaign will be over, and then we can execute this because it's just one person and I just approved this vote, right? So since nobody is rejecting it, I can this week I can execute it after 3 minutes only. Okay. So yeah, I'll just move to the next module. So we have created the voting situation. Now this script will only work once I'll show you what I mean. Like this script, it will only work once I actually execute the other two proposals. But we can set up the whole script and I'll explain the whole logic. Okay. So we have created the module. We have asked the DAO to vote whether this module should be part of the registry. Now we are adding the module. Okay. This part assumes that we have already executed our vote. But since it's pending, I'll just show you the logic and then go and execute it. Okay. So again, I'll start with the whole script and I'll give you the whole logic. So yeah, add module. So go here. Add module. All right. Okay, so this is pretty same in a sense. It's like, so we have the module ready. We have asked for the DAO to add this module to the DAO. The DAO has accepted it. And now we are writing a script to add that module officially to the DAO. Okay, this won't work unless we get the right amount of votes. Okay, and unless we execute that voting proposals. So I'm just explaining the script. I will execute that voting proposal and then I'll show you how this whole thing works, right? So just like last time, we are getting the private key address, right? We are importing all these things from our .env file, getting the private key address, getting the general voting like a general voting contract, and attaching just like how we did the last time, attaching the whole things with respect to the voting, and yeah. And we are based on the module name, what we are doing is we are just getting that proposal details. Okay, you can see that vote contract, create proposal. Yeah, so this is yet another proposal. So what we are doing is we have using this proposal, what we are doing is we are planning on whether we should add this module to the DAO registry. Okay, so we have a voting ongoing for the registry and the whole voting process. Now we are finally using this script. We are finally saying that, okay, we have everything ready. Now should we add this to the module? And that also happens via a vote. Okay, that is the whole thing about this airdrop v2 module. Everything should happen via a vote, right? These votes, I don't know if it's done. So these votes are for the registry and for the module. And now we are saying that, okay, we have everything set. Now let's just do a vote and confirm that we need to add it. Oh, it's still ending in 1 minute. Do you guys understand? So we have these two voting situations running already, which takes care of the registry thing and making sure that we get that voting power, like voting to get the functionalities and all set up. Now, once we have that set, like once that vote is completed, we are again proposing a vote to add those modules to our DAO. Okay. So the thing is, each step, usually it is like, okay, once everybody agrees, we'll just add let's say we are planning a party and we need to decide on the food. Okay, so first what we are doing is we'll say, first we'll have a vote saying that, okay, these are the foods that we are going to get. Okay, let's say we are getting some non-veg food or vegetarian food or whatever. Then this voting is to ensure that we are getting the food from this place. Okay, so we decided on the things that we want, and then we are deciding when to add it to our party. Okay, that is the whole thing here. So here we are adding this, we using this add module.js, we are creating another proposal that will confirm the addition of our voting, our airdrop modules and stuff to our DAO. Do you guys understand? This can be a bit tricky, but think of it like this. Every step of the way, we are asking DAO for confirmation. Okay. Any questions? I think our voting is done. Yeah. And once this voting is passed, we can go to this thing and execute. Okay. Only if we execute this will our current like add module script works. Okay. Let's just confirm this. Any questions? So we have with the previous section, we have set up all these things, right? Using the we have asked the DAO to set up all these things. Now we are asking the DAO to finally add it as part of the DAO. Okay, so everything just like first we decided on the food. Now we are confirming that we need to add the food to our party. Okay, for both these things we need proposals. That is what is happening here. Think of it like a party, and you are the first, these two are for the food items. We are saying that, okay, these are the food items that we want. Now the new script is to get a proposal for ensuring that this food item should come to our party. Do you guys understand the whole logic there? Any questions or doubts? And so the thing is, in order for this to work, in order for us to say that we need to get this food to our party, we need to first confirm on the food, right? That's what I did with this execute thing. Okay, that's what I did with the execute. By executing, I'm saying that, okay, we have all this in place. Now let's just add it to the DAO. Okay, so that is what is happening. Any questions here? Any doubts? Like you'll learn like a lot more details are there in the chapter. Just go through it. But yeah, any questions, doubts? If you have any questions or doubts, just all right, awesome. Do it. Like I know that you might have like 70 to 75% clarity, but once you do this on your own, you will understand. Like you will get to that 100%. Okay. So just paste it, and we are right now we are saying that, okay, we have everything. Now can we add this to our DAO? Okay, finally adding our airdrop v2 module to the DAO. So this is again a proposal. As you can see, we are creating a separate proposal. All right. Now, yeah, you can see that proposal is created. Now, if we go back to our governance, we'll see a new thing, DAO registry, which is pending. So we have to go there and vote. Yes, submit. Confirm. So just like the previous voting situation, this will also take 5 minutes. Okay. This will also take 5 minutes. So by this, we are confirming that, okay, we can take the food inside our party. Okay. With the previous two proposals, we are saying that, okay, these are the things that we need. Right? We are confirming that, okay, these are the things, everything is set up. Now we are saying that, okay, let's take it to the DAO, or let's take it to the party. And governance. Yeah, it's pending. So I think we have 5 minutes. Ends in 3 minutes. Nice. Yeah, I voted. So yeah, let's just wait for. So in those 3 minutes, I will. Okay. So once you have the module, like after that voting ends and we execute it, we need to initialize that airdrop module. Okay. We have added it. Now it is part of the DAO. So we will just set up the script for initializing it. Again, I'll just take the whole. So this should only be run after we execute the current proposal. Okay, I'm just giving you a quick walkthrough of it, but we can only execute this after the whole voting ends and we execute that proposal. Okay, again, this is to initialize the module. So we have added the module to the DAO, and with this step, we are initializing the airdrop v2 module. Okay, that means like from now on, for every functionality, we will have to do a similar proposal, but all these functionalities will be handled by the airdrop v2 module. Okay, but in order to do any kind of functionality, we will have to go through a vote. So yeah, it's pretty simple. We got the signer's address. We get the whole DAO registry at contract details, airdrop v2 factory contract details, all these things, and we are attaching the contract with these details. And we are just, you remember the initialization function that we wrote, right? We are just initializing it with the voting contract address and the sender's address. That's it. Like in the airdrop v2, I think. Yeah, this, you remember this function, right? This function. So basically, in this initialize init module, what we are doing is we are just calling that function. Okay, we are just calling that function. And this means that this sender is calling that function. Okay, so we are just calling that function to initialize the airdrop v2 module. And this will only work once we execute this proposal, which is still pending, and it ends in 1 minute. So let's just wait. Any doubts till now? So the whole idea is that with airdrop 1, we as a member had complete control over what we can do. Like we can call whatever function we want. We can add whatever functionalities we want, whatever modules, everything. As a member, we can do it, right? But with airdrop v2, every step has to be a proposal and it has to be approved by a DAO. By the DAO. Okay, everything has to be approved by the DAO. Like like we need to come to a agreement on whether we need this module. Then we need to come to an agreement on whether we should add this module. Okay, so those are the things that we just did now, right? And we added them. We confirmed that we need this module, and we confirmed that and we are currently confirming that we are adding this module. And after this, we are just initializing the airdrop v2 module. That's the only thing that is left. So in 30 seconds, this voting will end and we'll execute this thing, meaning that we have the DAO's permission to add the airdrop v2 module to our ecosystem, like the DAO. And once we have that, we just need to initialize that airdrop v2 module to make it functional. Any questions? Like, did you on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you understood the logic of it? Not the entire details, but the logic of it. Just give me a scale. 8, okay. Yeah, so this campaign is done, so we'll execute it. 8, yeah. So again, as I said, this is just the overall logic. Just go through those chapters and you will understand what each of these code does. Okay, just go through these things and you will understand what is happening, like each code. I'm just giving you the overall flow so that you can take this, and when you're reading the whole chapter, you can actually apply this and understand, like you can convert these 8s to a 10. Okay. So yeah, so now the thing is, we decided that we needed a module. We decided that we will add a module, and now we are going to initialize that module. Okay, and we have created that script for it. That is what is happening. We decided we needed a module. We have added the module. All this happens via a vote. Now, since we have added the module, now we can actually go ahead and initialize that module so that we can make it functional, right? So that is the last part. copy this. Paste it here. And we can see that we are initializing the module. Initialize airdrop v2. Yes, there you go. So now what we have done so far is that we have a module. We have the airdrop v2 module that is part of our DAO. So we decided that we needed a module via voting. We decided that we are going to include that module via voting. And finally, once everything, all those things were confirmed, we finally initialized that module. Now we have the airdrop v2 module as part of our DAO. Okay, and that brings us to the conclusion of the second last section of our DAO, building a DAO. Okay, we just have one more step before we completely build a DAO. That is to connect a front end. Okay, so we learned how to build a basic DAO. We learned how to add airdrop functionality to it. And on top of that airdrop functionality, we learned how to add a voting mechanism to it using airdrop v2. Okay, and there is a bit of a quiz. Again, not a show off, but you guys can try this. I just got 4 out of 5 this time. Yeah, Saturday. Let's just keep the Saturday for. Yeah, let's see. There will be a session, but it's going to be a fun one. Tomorrow we'll just complete the whole connection, connect to the front end thing. But there will be one session on Saturday. We'll see. Let's just keep it for now. Let's just keep it in the wraps. But yeah, so yeah, it will be around Saturday. But for that, so since we are ending the build week, we need something grand, right? So let's see. But I hope this is clear, right? Wait, I think that was. Yeah, tomorrow's session will be a shorter one. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Like I'll confirm this. Okay, I think we have already sent that NFT. So sorry about this. Let me just confirm it with the team and then get back to you. I'll put a message once I have confirmed it in this call. So sorry about it. I thought that was already sent, but I'll check. So yeah. Anyway, this is my rank. If you guys want to, try the quiz, do it, and I'll share your profile too. But again, I hope you understood the whole thing, at least the logical flow of these things, so that you can go ahead and when you read these chapters, you get a better understanding of it. But just make sure that you understand the whole logical flow of this. We essentially made a DAO where everything will happen via voting. Okay, everything will happen via voting. Adding new functionalities, everything, running new campaigns, everything will happen via voting with the airdrop v2 module. So that's it for today. That's the section that we're covering for today. So any feedbacks, any suggestions, do put it. And I see a lot of you are actually actively posting a lot of stuff on social media. It brings us so much joy seeing that a lot of you folks are continuing the learning process. It's like, it's really great that we see our build week folks actually going out there and showing off their skills. It's really cool. So we encourage you to do that more. Tag the meta school team, create some interesting threads about your learning and stuff. And maybe like you can also show this, like you can share the achievement too, right? You can share it on Twitter too. Okay, so you can actually do that too. So you can do all these kind of things. Yeah, I like we definitely see some threads, but we need more. Like John, we are expecting threads from John, Erica, Getson, everybody. Yeah, John. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the session. So what's your feedback? Any suggestions, feedbacks, anything? Tomorrow's sessions will be a bit more simple. Yes, Manav. Yeah. Manav, I think Manav and Charanjit, they regularly post a lot of good threads. Thank you, guys. I like after the sessions, I am always retweeting their things, like adding comments and stuff. So thank you, guys. So yeah, any thoughts on today's sessions? If you have any suggestions, questions, anything you can ask. Oh, a newsletter from Meta School. Yeah, we have a newsletter. Yeah. Is it from Meta School? George? Okay. You're preparing one. Add me to it. Okay, I want that. This is my mail ID. Yeah, so this is my mail ID. Just add me to that newsletter. Okay. So yeah, so I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Hope you learned something about airdrop v2 module and stuff. So in case you have any questions, doubts, or anything, you guys can ask. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. Yeah. Any suggestions or yeah, we'll share. We'll share it towards the end of the week. Thank you guys. All right. Do post cool stuff on Twitter. Okay, and if you have any errors, just post it in the Discord. All right, guys, bye.
Perfect.
Yeah, go through it. Go through it. I know that it is technically a bit, it takes some time, but it's fun.
John, we can see you and your expressions. Okay. Bye, guys. Please go through the session. It was an extensive one, but yes, please do some revision. And we'll be wrapping up with the front end part. We'll try to keep the session pretty short tomorrow, but yes, do ask your
It's
questions.
pretty simple. You guys can actually, maybe after this, you guys can actually go through it. The
Go
sentence is pretty.
Yeah. I think that would be also good. So make sure, I mean, at least try to get this whole thing covered that Setu has taught today. And once and try doing the front end. If you're able to do it on your own, just post it on Discord and we'll just gather for a fun call tomorrow. And those who would not have been able to do it, we'll complete it. Or else, we'll just have a nice chit chat on some topic and discuss. Okay. Bye,
Yeah.
guys. Bye.
Hi, guys.